On tonight's broadcast flu track, the number of new cases mounts, but is the worst over. The very latest tonight on this strange flu outbreak. Storm front, a severe and dangerous weather system sweeps across the southeast. When will all this let up? Drug war. Tonight we have an exclusive look inside the war in Afghanistan like we've never seen it before. And worth it. The job of being a mom. Actually, lots of jobs, but what if there was a paycheck attached? Also tonight, beating the high cost of prom night and making a difference in the process. Nightly News begins now.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams.
Good evening. If you spent at least part of this weekend wondering if this flu outbreak might be milder than we were warned about, you're not alone. Health officials didn't discuss the possibility of a pandemic of an illness that is milder than the regular seasonal flu. Illnesses are spreading, though. The latest numbers show 286 cases now in 36 states. That's over half the country at this point, and 21 separate countries have now reported almost 1,100 cases. We get a status report to start us off here tonight from our chief science correspondent, Robert Bazell. And Bob, fair to say that so far we've been very fortunate.
Indeed we have, Brian. A week and a half ago, U.S. and world agencies started, and many people believe appropriately, to prepare for a potential health disaster. We can say tonight, fortunately, the worst-case scenario is certainly not unfolding. Students returned to St. Francis High School in New York City today, the site of this country's first big swine flu outbreak.
The students and the faculty are glad to be back and are happy to be getting back to the regular educational routine.
Among the dozens who were ill, many said they felt terrible.
The first symptom was a cough and nausea, and then I just started getting really bad headaches and like the cough and everything and really bad stomach pains.
But even as the lab test confirmed swine flu, the illness lessened.
When it came back positive, I was already getting better, so it wasn't really that scary for me yet.
And as the virus continues to spread across most of the country, that seems a common story, which officials find reassuring.
With each day, we learn a lot more information to help us understand this outbreak and understand the best means of control. While we're not out of the woods, we are seeing a lot of encouraging signs.
And the World Health Organization said that a pandemic, a worldwide outbreak of a new virus, does not mean a massive killer.
It's understandable that people have made that association, and it's important that people understand that even if we go to phase 6, that does not mean we're going to have a severe pandemic. We may have a very mild pandemic.
Even in the hardest hit country, the outbreak seems to be leveling off.
I'm Kerry Sanders in Mexico City, where today the Secretary of Health indicated the worst is over. Officially, sit-down restaurants, cinemas, and other places people congregate are supposed to be closed. But 4 days into a 5-day shutdown, the city is returning to its busy ways.
And in the U.S., several states are deciding not to close schools, even if there is a suspected case. This new virus seems to be able to cause a very wide spectrum of disease. A New York health survey shows that there were about 1,000 cases associated with that single New York City school, most of them with relatively mild symptoms, Brian.
And Bob, what about this scenario we've read about, that maybe it is mild this time around, but it leaves us and boomerangs back months later as a more severe illness?
Talk about that a